Hello everyone, welcome to my channel City Life. Today we will know about and 10 honest and pros and cons of living in Austin, Texas. We have been unfortunate enough to call this city home and wanted to the provide and compensative at least to the honest and forces and the cons on living in the Austin and Texas. For in work considering living here. Keep Austin and worried is the mantra of this call quickly city and this no and surprise. That the cards out of the pack and flocks of living in Austin, Texas and are moving and before in the hordes. Make no mistake, and there are to love and Austin, but is the their right of city and you. Hopefully this is the list and Bible answer the psalm and your question. If you please do not hear it, recharge and help and as you read this keep in the mind that you pros and living in the Austin and Texas your professional experience and everyone feels there were any that's the warmth and the people and head a town my favorite about and living the Austin and Texas somewhere happiness and genuinely and friendliest and people I have ever now and I meet in Austin with a population and sharing to millions and Austin by is more means a small city under a Westernists and have a working and make and feel a welcome to and included a show and transment and testament south end and hospital. There are city and pride and locals and telling to you how and great their city is making to easy strict and positive and conversation and to of all the cities and husband I have to live in the state and Portland, New York City. If you open and stick striking to the conversion and the coming and out of the you and comfort uh, zone and you will find that Austin and Texas is very friendly city. Washington is a great city and for millennials and millennials make 31% Western and population and the number is still increasing annually and COVID shift and profit and most many people choose and to the reluctant and start fresh and somewhere new and the trans and to moving Austin and Texas was a high 2 millennials list. A 2021 study found that Austin and Texas were the fourth and most and described the city and millions with the migrations and 5,686 on the millennials and residents in 2019. If you do, if it's not hard see why and Austin offers many the parks and the big and city living the great and food and scenes and nightlife and culture and activities outdoor and reactions and the responsible housing in the preach and tubor. There are shortage of the outdoor and reactions and nature the Austin and Texas had been the most had hand and miles of the hiking and the trails and the hiking and trails and kayakings and the canoeings and swimmings where there really is no reason to the indoors and will the living in the Austin and Texas the great and place to the rise and primarily in the that regard. The remarkable and Colorado and rivers the cuts and thought out the heart of Austin and the answering the example reactions and opportunities for outdoor and hobbies. But the water is not where the stops to where the present and get and the variety of outdoor and activities to choose from the science and the weather to agreeable and where the mood and the still charm and pay time and to the enjoy yourself and outdoors at what you more often where the value and necessary of the great hand outdoors. They were and the environmentally and conscious and it is easy and private and pride in the city and the scheme and cares about all the environment. Make it sure you bring to the recyclables and bags and grocery and store and limit yourself to the plastic and the water and bottles and investing in the of and those. The food and skin is the incredible and Austin in constantly and ranked of the not available the found food and the cities in America. The name of the tax and Max with the barbecue and the thankfully Austin and a circle of a birth. Washington is known as a being to the food and track and the capital of the America and the local loves and the unfusy and the restaurant and alternative. Some of the best and meals and can be the found and the numbers and foods and the stretched and trot out the city and so does not make the mistake of the overlooking them. There constant and sunshine to average 228 days and sunshine annually Austin and known for the being to sunset and the city in America. The spring fall of the winter and season with the town training and heavenly because the mid and the temperature and have the joyous and the sunshine. As I mentioned it early, it's easy enjoy the great and the outdoor and the recreations and most of the year and thanks for the sunshine and the something about the living and sunny place and the improves my mood and which and moving the Western no and breaking air with the opportunity and presented itself. Western music and the culture and skin live to the hype. Washington is the known and live music and capital live music and capital of the world and boards and live music and venues and that means city part and capital and in the country and you can be that and there the sort age and your get music and the venues so to the explorer that of one of my favorite things about the living in the Austin. There are always and good time and we had and in fact the Austin is come to one the most and highly and regard a music festival the country and the success and the south and the southeast and festival which the offers and fellow through a film hey arts and the more music at the community and over the Spain a week and note at state income and tax and preface and to the biggest and peaks and moving to the Western New and the New York City in the black lake and state income the taxes you take home and pay will begin the higher and live in the without state and income tax is the professionally it is the saving and 10% state income tax in the biggest and reason why many and people with the attendant tax in the retirement your money of goes further. Washington has a bombing in the job market what Washington recently ranked was having on second and honest to the job market in the country and cons of the living in the Austin. Washington is the car and trick and city. Make no mistake and you will absolutely need to have can for and tally life in Austin. The back transportation is one of the absolute pain. I mean sure there are bus and line but the if you cleaned and it's make take away the too long and travel to around the downtown core and even without traffics have with a Toyota and love with a peach and very reliable and car and the sell charm and the needs and service but here and the Texas with the pitch and the chapters in the country and 10 the summer and heat is jet pair and Austin in summer and they had an adjustment plans from the colors and climate. It's not uncommon and frogs and summer height reached and 400% answerable a days in the row and the average and summer and temperature are close the in around and 96 and from the found and Scotch. The Maldives and don't say to plains and that the loved and around the water due to the summer days and thankfully there are short edge of the lakes and rivers and flows the water and parks and to wait and the shortage in driving and distance follows the way and probably too and territory and living Austin and with the despair badly and necessary in the city. Please or glaze and revamped and drawing to the Amagri. Austin is a 72% white is the considered to the 16 mast and general fate and cities the country and moving into the Austin and found New York City was a transformation because the lyrics delivered you can the finished and pocket and the disability diversity and with the direct and outside and the thought out city and seldom and directing and concert and in the in my experience. Thank you for watching my videos. Please like, share and subscribe my channel for upcoming videos. Goodbye.